Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. First things first, what exactly is P1135? The official description is air fuel sensor, heater circuit malfunction for bank 1, sensor 1. Now, that might sound like a mouthful, but it's simpler than you think. This is a very specific code for Toyota, Lexus, and Scion vehicles. Essentially, your car's computer, the ECU, has detected a problem with the heater element inside your primary air-fuel ratio sensor. So, why does this sensor even need a heater? Great question. The air-fuel ratio sensor, often called an AF sensor, works like a high-tech oxygen sensor. Its job is to measure the amount of oxygen in your exhaust gas so the engine can maintain the perfect air-to-fuel mixture for optimal performance, fuel economy, and low emissions. For this sensor to work accurately, it needs to reach a very high operating temperature, usually around 1200 to 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. The built-in heater's sole purpose is to get the sensor up to that temperature as quickly as possible, especially when you first start your cold engine. When the heater fails, the sensor takes too long to warm up, which can throw off your engine's performance and trigger that check engine light. Now, let's talk about symptoms. Besides the obvious check engine light and the P1135 code, what else might you notice? The most common symptom is a decrease in fuel economy. Since the sensor isn't providing accurate readings right away, the engine might run rich, meaning it's using more fuel than it needs to. You might also experience a rough idle, especially during the first few minutes after starting the car. In some cases, you could notice a bit of hesitation during acceleration or even a slight loss of power. And, of course, your vehicle will likely fail an emissions test with this code active. So, where do you find this culprit? The code points us to bank 1, sensor 1. On most Toyotas with 4-cylinder engines, bank 1 is your only bank of cylinders, so that part's easy. For V6 or V8 engines, bank 1 is the side of the engine that contains cylinder number 1. You can usually find this in your owner's manual or with a quick online search for your specific model. Sensor 1 tells us it's the upstream sensor, which means it's located in the exhaust manifold or exhaust pipe before the catalytic converter. It's the first sensor. The exhaust gas passes after leaving the engine. Alright, let's get to the fix. How do we solve P1135? The problem lies in the heater circuit, which means it could be the sensor itself, the wiring, or a fuse. The most common cause, by far, is a failed heater element inside the AF sensor. Over time, this little resistor just burns out. So, in about 90% of cases, replacing the bank 1, sensor 1, air-fuel ratio sensor will solve the problem. But before you rush out and buy a new sensor, it's smart to do a couple of quick checks. First, find the fuse for the AF heater. It's often labeled as AF heater or something similar in your fuse box. Pull it out and check if it's blown. If it is, replace it. Clear the codes, and see if the problem comes back. If the fuse blows again immediately, you'll likely have a short circuit in the wiring that you'll need to trace. Next, visually inspect the wiring and connector going to the sensor. Look for any signs of damage like melted plastic, frayed wires, or corrosion inside the connector pins. Exhaust components get extremely hot, and it is possible for the wiring to get damaged if it is touching something it shouldn't be. If the wiring looks good and the fuse is intact, it's almost certainly the sensor itself that has failed. When you're ready to replace it, make sure you get the correct part. Use a high-quality OEM or reputable aftermarket brand, like that, which is often the original equipment manufacturer for Toyota. You'll need a special oxygen sensor socket to remove the old one, as it makes the job much easier. Unplug the connector, unscrew the old sensor, screw the new one in, and plug it in. Once the new sensor is installed, clear the diagnostic trouble codes with your scanner and take the car for a drive. The check engine light should stay off, and your P1135 nightmare will be over. That's a wrap on troubleshooting code P1135. It's a straightforward fix that most DIers can handle in their own garage. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more car repair guides. Got a question? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.